All right, my man. State your name and let them know you on Real Talk with Nick.
Okay, my name is Kevin Williams. I'm on Real Talk with Nick. I'm here to discuss the New York Knicks.
All right.
I'm
And before we get,
I'm a former N.b.a. basketball player. I played 6 years in the N.b.a.
let them know what team you play for.
I used to play for St. John's. So I'm pretty much familiar with the Knicks in Madison Square Garden.
Okay. But before we get to the Knicks, man, I want to ask you, when you got into the N.b.a., right?
Right.
If you look back on how the game was played back then to the way it's played right now, what do you think was improved and what do you think was taken away?
Well, the game now has digressed. Basketball in its purest form is a big man's game. He has to go through the center. The big man has to be the focal point. The game now has taken the big man out of the post and put him up at the elbow and made the big man a shooter, which takes away the guard play. So now you got big men dribbling the ball down and shooting, which is something you never saw when I played. Big men rebound, big men block shots, big men take shots under the basket. That was pretty much what I was taught. Big men don't dribble. Big men set picks. Big men rebound. Big men get ball to shoot and score underneath the basket. When you see a big man shooting, that's a forward. That's a big guard, like a forward, like a Larry
Like a
Bird.
power forward?
No, a small forward, because a power forward is a backup center. When you look at the positions, you got the point guard, who's the floor general. His job is to make sure that the offense is executed and the defense is being people in their right place. That's what he does. The two guard job is to score points and defend. The three small forward is to score points and defend and help the two guard when the two guard is getting points. The three got to help. Maybe the two rotate over to the three, because those two positions are pretty much interchangeable when you look at it.
Okay.
The 4 and the 5, the 4 is like a power forward. He shoots short shots, 8-footers. Classic point, Karl Malone, pick and roll. He sets the pick, roll to the basket, steamroll you. Center is there just in case shit fail. He drop it to him and he finishes. Forward throws the alley-oop to the center and vice versa.
Okay, so we're going to start right there with the power forward. Broke it down. When I bring up Julius Randle, do you think he's doing his job as a power forward, man?
No. Julius Randle is dribbling the ball. Like I said, most power forwards set the screen and roll. And when they get it, they right in a position to score. Julius Randle, you see this nigga handling the ball, and he's shooting jumpers way out. This motherfucker shooting threes. So now, if you had a better set, okay, like we had Xavier McDaniel, perfect three-man. But his plays was predicated on the baseline. In other words, we would set the play, he'd come off two screens, and once we knew he was open, we got the ball to him on the baseline. Once he got on the baseline, he turned right there. This all day. He didn't have to dribble. This is what I'm saying. You dribbling all around. Nah, if you just have a guy with a set system to set good screens and you know how to set a nigga up and come off screens, you get open shots and you get more of them.
Okay.
And that's what the game has digressed. We have gone from simple pass, screen, and cuts to dribble, pass, and screen and shoot. And that ain't working.
Okay.
The big man is doing that.
All right. Now the Knicks need a guard.
Right.
Speaking of the New York Knicks, man. And before we talk about Nick back, are you a Knicks fan, man?
No. I've never been a Knicks fan. I used to be a Knicks fan when Bernard King was the man. I love Bernard.
Okay.
And when Bernard got hurt playing for the Knicks and they just threw him away like he was garbage, I didn't like that. They show no loyalty to black players. You understand? And that's something that's fucked up. Case in point, what they did to my man. And Charles Oakley is my boy. I went to dinner with him a few times. That's my man. I love Charles Oakley. For y'all to mistreat him like that, to do that to him, that right there let me know y'all ain't shit. You understand? I would never go to no Knick game or even represent a Knick game. They'll treat Spike Lee, who's been a Knick fan before they was a motherfucking Knick organization. He gets thrown out because he comes in his regular exit and y'all mistreat Spike Lee. How y'all gonna mistreat him? Okay, so now we got a problem, okay? And you, the owner, Dolan, need to be an owner and stay the fuck out of the business and let the basketball operations operate. That's what you need to do.
Okay, got you.
And that's why the Knicks ain't shit, because they keep thinking that you can buy a team instead of letting one develop. When you look at teams that develop, they keep a core set of players over maybe a 3 to 5, 6 year period. Look at the Golden State Warriors. Steph, Clay, and Draymond ain't gone nowhere in the last 6, 7 years. That's their core. The Knicks ain't never get nothing like that. And if they did, they traded away.
Okay.
And that's where you have your problem.
Okay. Now I want to talk about R.J. Barrett. Are you impressed with R.J. Barrett? Now, I know you say you're not a Knicks fan, but during the draft,
Barrett is good, but y'all gonna have to determine whether he's a point guard or two. If y'all want to combo him, then y'all gonna need to let him know you the point guard at this point, distribute, and then when you move him over, you're a shooting guard at this point. I think the problem with R.J. Barrett, he gets caught up on whether he should pass or shoot. So the coach should define that a little bit or put him in a position where he's doing one or the other. That's just a bad coaching decision. Coaches need to define his role when he's out there. When you point guard, distribute. When you the two guard, shoot. And then he gets caught up in that.
Okay, are you a fan of Coach Thibs, man? You like the way Coach Thibs? No, you don't like his coaching.
I'm not a fan.
Why? Because because I understand that, Mr. Sam. You're not a Knicks fan, Mr. Williams. But I'm asking you, are you a fan of Tom Thibodeau coaching skills? Do you think he's a good coach?
Let me say this. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Tom Thibodeau is a great coach so long as he got Derrick Rose running his offense. Okay, that's how I feel about that. Once Derrick Rose went down and Quigley came in, he has to develop that. It has to be a bonding relationship that has to go. I think that in another year or two, with him letting Quigley run the team, I think they'll be there. I think it'll be the second coming. And I'm not disrespecting Thibodeau's coaching skill. He is a proven winner, but I just don't like his substitution. I don't like how he brings people in. I don't like how he caters to Randle all the time, and they take bad shots. And they can't maintain leads. They get a big lead, and then before you know it, they go into these spells where they missing shots, and before you know it, the other team is back in the game. We have to have set plays. When we get into those laws, we got to be able to go into our big man sets, and they don't do that. The big man is a good big man too, but he don't get the ball enough. So I just think that things should go in and work its way out, as opposed to shooting it out and then when the things fall back, go in. That's how the Knicks play. And that's a losing formula.
Damn. And when we speak about centers like Noel and Mitch Robinson, I mean,
if the Knicks really
do you like Mitch as a center?
I like both of them. They're young and they're developing. And I would say in the next 2 years, they would be ready. Like I said, the Knicks don't give players enough time to develop. You know, they want finished products, but don't want to develop a product. That's the problem with the Knicks. When you look at Steph and you look at what Mark Jackson did in the first 3 or 4 years, he developed them. He knew the missing ingredients. He said, well, I got to keep these guys because these guys are solid. But I'll add these guys just to give it more flavor. And once you put Kevin Durant on that team, which was the missing key ingredient, they went off and ran 2 championships after getting the other one. Once you get the right ingredients, then you let them play. Unfortunately, Draymond, with his motherfucking greedy, selfish ass, destroyed that by disrespecting Kevin. But, you know, that's you always have to know that chemical ingredients sometimes can be combustible and blows up in your face sometimes.
Okay, now, if you was in your prime and you was playing against the Knicks, be nice, because I know you don't like my boys, man.
I'm not.
Who ass would you be able to bust, man?
This team here?
This team here.
Listen, I played, the Knicks had Patrick Ewing. I played when the Knicks was the Knicks, so it's kind of like.
I want you to be candid, man.
That's an easy question. I would just play hard against anybody they put on. I wouldn't care who it is. I would D them niggas up like I did when I guarded Mark Jackson and Rod and them niggas. And it would be no difference. It's not no difference. I think that Mark and Rod was a lot better than those guards they got. They were better, how should I say, they were better executors of the offense. These point guards are just shooters. They come down and they don't run the offense, they just shoot. You know, they good shooters, don't get me wrong, but they don't run the offense. And I just think that the Knicks need a really good point guard. When they had Derrick Rose running the Knicks, that's when they were really winning.
Yeah.
Once that went out, once he got hurt because he's old, once he got hurt, then you sort of, things didn't really work out like it was supposed to.
Okay. And you said you play against Patrick Ewing, man. How
Right.
great was Pat, man, to not get a ring? And do you think the city
It
of New
wasn't
York
Patrick Ewing's fault
don't
that
appreciate the
they didn't
Knicks?
that they didn't get a ring? Because if them stupid niggas would have put him and Bernard together, I think they would have got a ring. That's my ultimate anger with the Knicks, man. How in the fuck can you get Bernard because Bernard loses his leg? Okay, Bernard came back that same year and hit 61 on y'all niggas. So y'all should have had him with Patrick. That would alleviate a lot of the scoring until he got better. I didn't understand the decision to do that. That's why I don't like the Knicks, man. You understand? They show no loyalty to black players, man.
Damn.
To do that to Charles Oakley, which I did, like he told y'all, put my fucking jersey up on the goddamn fucking flagpole. Don't honor me in your fucking building. You dishonored me in there. So put my fucking thing on the flagpole.
It would be an honor if you could get Charles Oakley to come on my show, man.
I haven't spoken to Oak in a minute, but like I said, Oak took me and Xavier McDaniel to dinner many times. And Oak makes sure that the waitresses earn their money. Just let me I love you, Oak.
Yo.
My nigga, I wish I was there, because if I was there, them niggas, it would have been two of us laid out. But I would have been trying to break one of them motherfuckers. They was not supposed to be doing that to my boy. I don't understand how Knicks fans could just let them security niggas just do that to Oak. I would have been right there with him. We'd have both got fucked up, because I wouldn't have let him do that to my man.
Now talk to me about, you're a wild boy,
What's
man.
up, family?
You're a wild boy, man.
I mean
For those who
shit,
don't know,
that's
this
my
is
man.
Kevin Williams.
Going down like that. That's my boy Oak. Oak is a good dude. I don't care. We all go home lumped up. Fuck
Yeah.
it.
Now.
Real.
Now.
That's real talk.
You the coach of the Knicks. Let's just say you the coach. God came down and said, Kevin Williams, you now are the coach of the New York Knicks. What's the first thing you're going to do from front office down to the players?
Well, first of all, being a coach, you're not the general manager. You have no decision making as far as the players. You have some input, but you don't have any, you can't say, I want this player, I want that player. You can recommend that.
Okay, so let's start with the players we got now.
With the players you got, I'm going to trade some of them.
So who would you trade, who would you
First of all,
keep?
let me tell you this. I
Oh,
got to get
shit.
a center, and I got to get a point guard.
Same
So
one
now,
spot. Go ahead.
My center is still playing in the NCAA, although I will bring him. I want a 7-footer. I don't want a 6'11" guy. I want a 7'1" guy. Okay, so now looking at what's available in the draft, I gotta look at the big man on Kansas. I gotta look at the big man on Villanova. They got some big guys and some big men on Wake Forest that I like. Okay, now I don't know their names, but I saw them. And I mean, these big men are 7 foot and they mobile, they can shoot, and they got post-up moves. These are the type of big men that I want. The point guard that I'm gonna get is gonna be about 6'5", 6'6". Sort of like a R.J. Barrett, but he's gonna be a distributor. He can get to wherever he wanna get, but he's a distributor. He looking to pass first.
How would you play a player like Emmanuel Quickly if you're the coach? Kevin Williams is the coach. So he would be your point guard.
No doubt.
So what do you say to those? He's like Emmanuel Quickly is a nut that he shows splashes of being a point guard.
Emmanuel Quigley is a great guard, but he's still a little out of control. In other words, he still takes bad shots. Don't get me wrong, he's a great player, but I want him to be more sound in the offense. In other words, I want him to be more effective as passing as he is in shooting them long shots. Not only that, I want him to bring them shots in a little closer, because those long shots, when they miss, turn into transition buckets on the other side. We don't get back from offense to defense that quick. And the Knicks, that's how we lose leads, with those bad shots. And that's just an observation. I could be wrong, but I'm just saying from what I see. and why they lose leads.
Okay, once again, you're the coach. Are you keeping Julius Randle or are you letting him go?
My opinion of Julius Randle, I'm gonna trade him and bring somebody else in because they're better scorers if that's available and at his position. Julius Randle has proven time and time again that he's not a playoff contender. He's like a James Harden. Play good during the regular season, but in the real season, in the playoffs, your ass don't show up. And that's what I'm saying.
Oh, so he was always like this. You saying when he was on the LA with the Lakers and the Pelicans?
He ain't win nothing. What did he win?
I mean, but what's his
win?
performances?
It's about winning. Listen, individual performances get nothing with a team effort. Individual performances get you nowhere with a team effort. You understand? It's like baseball. A man come up to the plate is an individual performance. You can't perform individually on the field. It has to be a collective, coordinated effort to defend. Individual efforts lose. When you got a defender like Harden that can't defend and taking bad shots, you're a liability on both ends. You ain't hitting nothing and your man is busting your ass. And guess what? You get your fishing hat and your fishing gear and you go home.
Now, this is the nail in the coffin, all right? Now, you know the Knicks got a coach that his specialty is defense. And you agree, right? That defense wins games, right?
All the time.
Okay, so do you think it was a dumb move for the Knicks to let go a guard like Frank Ntilikina?
I think yes. I think it was. Let me tell you something, man. The Knicks been doing that for years, man. Did you see? Listen to me. Let me tell you how stupid they are. Did you see the Knicks give away half their team,
right,
to Denver to get Carmelo Anthony, not even knowing all they had to do was wait in for the free agency, and at the end of the year, he was going to come to the Knicks anyway. So why would you do that? You understand? Y'all had enough money to outbid anybody who would have bid it, and then on top of that, his decision is the decision. Melo wanted to come to the Knicks, so it wasn't like you had to trade anybody for him. Once that free agency would have came, now listen to what they did, show you how stupid they are. They traded for one player, gave up about 4 players, and Denver has been in the playoffs for the last 8 years. That team that they sent was the team that was going to the playoffs for the last 2-3 years, and they traded it for one man. And that is bad management. Especially knowing in the end of the year, he's gonna come here anyway. I saved my picks. I got everything. I might have to make a few trades, but I keep my core of my team intact. And the Knicks don't do that. They stupid, man.
All right, man. Now, this is the nail in the coffin. We out. Once I ask you this.
Tell me if I'm lying, man. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yo, Mr. Williams, man, you something else, man. You something else. I enjoy the content, man.
No doubt.
Where was you, man? Because you shitting on my Knicks, man. And I was warned, man. Let me tell y'all something, Knikaveli. I was warned about Kevin Samuels, Kevin Williams, man. I was looking for him.
The Knicks are doing it to themselves.
Where was you when my boy John Starks dunked on Michael Jordan, man? Let's talk.
I was in Europe. I was playing in Greece at that time. I played against John Starks when he played in the CBA with the Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And I dropped about 49 on him. So it's like, yo.
Look, don't act like you was busting all my Knicks players' asses, man.
Listen, man.
Listen, let's be honest. Let's be candid. Let's name some players. Hold on.
When I won the game and dunked it at the end against the Knicks.
Look. Knikaveli ain't gonna sit here, Mr. Kevin Williams, and let you sit here.
It's already done.
Listen, I respect your NBA career, but you cannot tell me there wasn't no Knicks players that wasn't giving you fits. Let's be honest, man.
There was plenty of Knicks players.
So let's talk about it, man, because you got my viewers thinking.
My big brother, he gave me fits. You got Darryl Walker, my man, he gave me fits. They got and Johnny Newman. You got a whole lot of good Knicks players that gave me problems. But guess what? I gave them problems too on the other end.
Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that.
You know, you have to win your battles. When you win your battles, you make that come and be how should I say it, effective for the other people to win their battles. And then before you know it, We're all playing together as a unit, winning our battles, and that's how you win the game. As simple as that. You have to win your battle.
All right, man. There it is, man. We got the NBA legend,
My man.
Mr.
Let me
Kevin
go get
Williams.
my workout
Yeah, he
in.
gonna get his workout after he
Yeah,
done shitted on my Knicks, man.
That's right.
Hey.
On themselves.
Hey, I should expose you and see how many pull-ups you can do, man.
Hey, listen. You need the guy to keep the camera on.
And with that, we out, y'all. Peace.
Surprised.